Hey guys, this is Subhash Mishra, your test coach. Today we will learn how to perform mouseover actions in Selenium WebDriver. In our previous videos, we have learnt about action class and how to perform double click, right click, drag and drop and all. Today we will see how to perform mouseover actions using that action class. So manually when we test an web application, many times we have observed mouse over on a particular area or web element displays some pop-up windows or maybe some description boxes. For example, when you will go to flipkart.com and when you will mouse over on these items, right, you can see the sub items, right. Here you can see sub items, here also you can see sub items. So just mouse over on these things, you will see all these sub items. Similarly, if you go to tools QA, okay, and if you go to this widgets and then you have to go to this menu, right. So here you see main item 1, main item 2 and main item 3. In this main item 2, right, if you just do a mouse over, you can see all these sub menus getting displayed. Okay, so we'll see how we can automate these things in Selenium WebDriver. So first we'll go to our Eclipse and what we'll do, we'll create a new class, okay, and we'll name it as mouseover. Okay, fine. Let me copy the basic details from one of our previous class. Okay, so let me just copy all these things and paste it here. Okay, let me just add throws declaration. Fine. So if you'll see here what I did, I just did the set property of the Chrome driver. Okay, and here you can see this is my Chrome driver and this is my path of the Chrome driver, and then we are creating instance of the WebDriver. Okay, then we are maximizing the browser window, then we are navigating to this particular URL. Okay, so in this case let me change, let me put this URL. Okay, we'll navigate to this particular URL. Then we have thread.slip, then we have the action class. We are instantiating this action class, right. Now we understand action class provides many APIs for mouse events and keyboard events. So there are two methods in action class. If you'll see here, I'll just do act dot move to element. So here you can see one method, okay, and another method if you will see act dot move to element. So this is another method. So we'll see these two methods. So first we'll see about this move to element method. So this move to element method has only one argument and we need to pass a web element where the mouse needs to be moved. Okay, so if we'll just go inside this method, here you can see moves the mouse to the middle of the element. Okay, and here we are passing one web element. Okay, so here in this method we'll pass one web element. We'll talk about this method later on, so don't worry for now, I'll tell you. So first we will talk about this move to element method, and in this move to element method we need to pass a web element, okay, where the mouse needs to be moved. Okay, so if we'll go to our website, so here we need to do the mouse over, right. So we need to find this particular web element. Okay, so we need to find the XPath, how we can identify this. So let's find the XPath of this. Okay, so here we see, let me just copy it and let's write the XPath for this one. So what we can do here, we'll write a, then we will write contains text function. Okay, and here we will pass the text. Okay, so we can see only one item is getting displayed, so you can take this XPath. So if you don't know how to write XPath, you can always refer to our previous video. Okay, so what we will write here, so first we will write the web element. So we will write web element, then what is the method name? We'll tell main item 2. Main item 2 is equal to driver dot find element, okay, then by dot xpath. Okay, you can use any other locator mechanism also, there should not be any problem. Okay, so we have identified, and let's import this web element. Okay, and what you need to do now, you need to pass this main item here. Okay, so you will able to do a mouse over on this. Okay, so once you mouse over here, then you need to again do a mouse over on this, right? So what you need to do again you need to identify this, right? So what is the text here? So just copy the text and we'll just paste it here, and let's see if we are able to identify. Yes, we are able to identify. So first what we'll do, again we'll write one more web element, right? So what we'll do here, another web element, and now this web element name is, for example, sublist. Okay, so here we'll write sublist is equal to, and we'll take this xpath, driver dot find element by dot xpath. Here we'll write this particular xpath, and what we'll write here, action dot move to element where, in this sublist. Okay, so once you click on this, then maybe you just need to click on this item 1 or item 2. If you want to click on this item 1 also, you can do that. You can just inspect and you can do. So let me copy this and let me just paste it here. Okay, we are able to identify this. Okay, let me just copy it, and what we'll do here, okay, before to that I'll just write this web element. Okay, so we'll name it as sub item 1. So sub item 1 is equal to, let me copy this xpath we have already identified, and here let me paste that. Okay, and what you need to do in that, so you need to just do sub item 1 dot click. Okay, this is what we want to do, and finally you want to do driver dot close. Okay, and one more thing I missed here, so always whenever you are using this action dot move to element, then finally what you need to do, dot perform. Okay, you need to always use this perform method. Okay, so you need to always use this perform method. So what will happen when you will do the move to element, so mouse will get moved to the middle of the element, and using this perform method you will perform the actions which we have specified. Okay, so let's just execute and see what is happening here. Okay, so let's execute now, run as Java application. So browser is open and maximized, democube.com/menu we are navigating to, and now it should mouse over on main item 2. Okay, so it was too quick. So here we saw the execution, right? Mouse over happened and we are able to click on this particular link. It was too quick. If you just want to make it slow, so just put this thread dot sleep, you can put here also. Okay, and if you will execute again, run a Java application, so now you see its browser is launched and maximized, democube.com is opening. So now this main item 2, we should mouse over on that. Okay, now it should click on the first one, sub item 1. Okay, okay, so now you understood, right, how this move to element works. Okay, how you can mouse over using this move to element method. Okay, now we will learn about the next method, this action dot move to element, and we have 3 arguments here. Let me close this also. Okay, so if we'll go inside this method, now here you can see, right, it has three methods. One is web element, and we have x offset and we have y offset, right. This method moves the mouse to an offset from the top left corner of the element. Okay, basically this method is used to take a mouse on specific points on target elements, where the other move to element method is used to move to the middle of the element. Most of the time we have seen, if you will mouse over in the middle of the web element, required details will show and we can perform next actions. Then there may be a question in your mind, why we need this method which will move the mouse to any specific point on the element. It is required because in some cases it is mandatory to move the mouse to a specific location on the element, then only you can perform further actions. So if you go to this demoqa.com, right, here you will find one slider option, right. Here we can select by moving the slider or by clicking on any specific point of the slider. Okay, so how we will do it in automation? In this case we can use move to element, where we will pass the web element and x offset and y offset, and we can specify the exact location to move the mouse on the element. So first we need to find the x path of this web element, and then we can pass our x offset and y offset. Okay, these two x offset and y offset are values needs to be passed in pixel. X offset is in the horizontal direction and y offset is in vertical direction. For example, if an x offset value is set as 20, it means the mouse needs to be moved to 20 pixel offset from the top left corner of the target element in the horizontal direction. Similarly, if a y offset value is set as 20, it means the mouse needs to be moved to a 20 pixel offset from the top left corner of the target element in the vertical direction. So let's see how we can do all these things. So first we will find the x path of this slider. Okay, so let me find the x path of this slider. So inspect. So here we see the ID. So let me just write div, then @id is equal to, give this slide container. Okay, we can find this now. So let me just copy, and what we'll do here. So first let me create another class. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this and I'll paste it, and let me create a mouseover2. Okay, and let's go to this mouseover2, and what we will do here, first we will take this URL and we will update it here. Fine, and then we will just delete all these things, right, and we will need this driver.close, so we'll put it in the end. Okay, and now we have this action class. Okay, then we have one web element, and this is the slider. So we'll write web element slider is equal to driver.findElement, and here we have the x path. So driver.findElement by.xpath, and in this case we'll give this x path. Okay, and we will remove this. Okay, and then what we'll write, action dot move to element, will give the web element here, and for example x offset is 40 and y offset is 0, and then what we'll do, right, dot perform. Okay, then what we'll do, we'll write slider dot click. Okay, we just want to click there, right, so we want to move it. If you want to slow down the execution, we can put this thread dot sleep here. Okay, and now let's execute. Run as Java application. Okay, so our browser is launched and maximized. Now our demoqa.com slider is getting opened. Okay, so now you should see it should move, the slider should move, right. Okay, now you can see it is getting moved. Okay, now browser is closed. So this is also one way how you can do a mouse over. Okay, so that's all for today, and that's how you can perform mouse over in Selenium. Hope this video will be helpful for you. Thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to explain it. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.